Touch me, bro.
But wait, are you talking about me?
I don't need you to touch me.
I didn't have anything to do with it. It's about them.
You just walked in on me.
Walk away. Walk away.
Talking with them.
Close your mouth and walk away. Close your mouth and walk away.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Talking to you guys today about Shaquille and also Erica, the little beef that they had, which I believe was first of all instigated by Blake, which caused this actual issue. Well, I shouldn't say caused by Blake. People involved themselves that they didn't need to involve themselves with. Number one, Trent and what's his name, Rocky, and that was another thing. And then obviously, Shaq getting involved with that situation in the first place. Then Erica coming in thinking she had the point to add as well, and it all turned into a mess. And guess who was silent? Blake. So I want to talk today, guys, about dealing with friendships and also dealing in relationships, how to handle conflict resolution when it gets a bit tight like this. So guys, make sure if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notifications of the uploads. And for anybody who is a returnee, you already know what it is, baby. Minerals, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Let's talk about it. So the first thing I want to show you guys, obviously, is how this beef actually started between Erica and Shaquille, because there was an interesting scene here which happened just before this actually kicked off. So let me just put this to you guys so you can actually see what happened. And I can't actually show this whole thing now because you'll be copyright very, very soon. But the situation actually kicked off with Blake in the house being called fake by some of the guys, that getting back to Chelsea now thinking of Blake as being fake, and he's also feeling a certain type of way. Now Blake has got a friendship with Shaq, and they began discussing in the garden about some of the issue that's going on at the moment, right? And so now there's a conversation which I want to play to you guys and you can hear as well.
Or put a glass up and now she's talking to Trent and Rocky. Why don't you go over there and call those faces out? Hit me up.
Yep, I got
And I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Now, I don't know about you guys. That for me is very sneaky of Blake. Listen, I didn't think he was being fake up until that point, and when you did that, that showed me that you're a coward. And that the word I would use is coward, because you're a manipulator. You used someone else to do your dirty work. You can hear them. You can hear the two boys are talking and spreading information. But it's Shaq you've gone to say to, oh, you know what? You can hear them talking. Okay, why don't you go over there whilst I go to the toilet? So you've used him and ducked off. So now he's going to fight on your behalf and you've ducked off to the toilet. I don't rate that. That's cowardly. That in itself is cowardly. I don't rate that at all. That is bad vibes. And for that, Blake is bad vibes. For that, Blake is bad vibes. Yeah, we don't rock with them kind of things there. Do you understand? If you are going to sort out an issue, if you feel like people are calling you out for being fake, you deal with it by addressing it directly, okay? Yeah, you don't use another conduit to get your dirty work done. And that's what actually caused the actual issue in the first place, in the big issue, because Shaq goes on there with energy. Look, as you can see.
Be raw, bro.
I'm trying to be the good guy. I'm trying to be composed. I'm trying to look out for the people who I consider friends.
And that's the problem with Shaq. Shaq is too easily influenced. He's looking out for friends, but he is easily influenced because he didn't consider the whole situation. Why are you going over there to talk on his behalf about people talking trash? And you were incited by Blake. Why don't you say, oh, Blake, why don't me and you go over there and talk to them? It's 2-on-2, mono, let's talk about it. Right, but instead he sent Shaq there. One, because obviously yes, they have been talking about him, and probably he didn't want to make it more of a scene that he's involved. But two, at the same time, it was a manipulation tactic to use Shaq as the person who would a battering ram, and he would look scot clean. The whole situation kicked off, and he's not even talking. When I show you what happened next, you see what I mean. He's not talking, right? When this is the issue that was his fault and nobody else's. Right. Let's get into the little scenario and what happens. Okay. So Shaq's gonna come over.
First of all, be very smart with what you say.
My man, gosh.
Listen,
I didn't say shit
don't
about
have time
you,
to play
so.
right now.
So you can see very clearly now he's come over. I mean, on here, he's come over. You can see the two boys are talking trash and making up lies, and they're saying, obviously, look, we didn't say anything about you, bro. We only said it about Blake, right? But obviously, Shaq here, being a loyal friend, being that kind of friend who wants to defend his comrades, has come out all guns blazing. He ain't playing, right? But his energy is not directed towards Chelsea at all. It's directed to the two boys. Now this is very important because what's going to happen next with Erica and him is it's a miscommunication, but I always say this as well. I look at attitudes. Attitudes are very, very important. I didn't like Erica's attitude. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I didn't like her attitude, but we'll play it and see what happens next. Look what's happening.
Told Blake tonight, I said, I feel like you're being fake.
How is he being fake?
Bro,
Blake's been fake from the get.
How?
He
Opinion on
literally
him.
came up
Who
here
gives a
and
fuck?
started
It's not your
talking
problem.
shit. He literally came up here and
It's
started
not your
talking
problem.
shit.
Now, as you can see, obviously Chelsea's tapping him on the shoulder. He's respected. He's ignoring her, but he's not aggressive with it. He's not annoyed about it. He's just directing his energy towards the two boys. He's not trying to address Chelsea. He's addressing the two boys by saying, what has he said? Like, you're saying he's faking all this, but what has he actually said? Bring me the evidence. Bring me something or substance to let me know that, listen, he's talking trash. Because as far as I'm concerned, all you keep saying is that he came over here to talk rubbish. And I knew Chelsea would fall for something like this because the very beginning of the issue is that she wanted Blake to be her be-all and end-all and have no other conversation with anybody else. The guy told you from the very beginning that he's like a father in the house and he's going to talk to everybody. That's how he's going to be. And you wanted to feel special that he was only talking to you. Like, come on, sis. It's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. Yeah, and so you've now they have validated your insecurity. They haven't invalidated you. They validated your insecurity, and you didn't realize that. They played you. They don't have your best interests at heart. They don't. That's why the boys were actually, man, I'm telling you, man, the boys after were discussing how they want to smash and dash her. Come on, does that make sense? Deep it. But you weren't listening. You weren't ready for that because you had your insecurity and they spoke to your insecurity. But look at this place.
It's not your problem.
I don't care. If you start talking shit to me, then let's start talking shit.
When did he come talk shit to you? Please enlighten me.
Literally just now. When did he off?
Oh, I gotta step in on this.
When did Blake begin to chat rubbish? Because obviously, like he said, obviously I was just with him, and when did he actually say some stuff? But and that's what Shaq's obviously annoyed about, right? And you're gonna hear Erica in a second. I just cut it short, but these two boys, by the way, are inciting. There's no truth to these claims. They're inciting. They admit it later on that they just wanted to stir the pot, basically. Yeah. So now the position of Erica that's coming, she's overhearing something. So I'm just gonna play a little bit back. I'm gonna play a little bit back so you just get what you're hearing. Listen to this.
To me, then let's start talking shit.
When did he come talk shit to you? Please enlighten me.
Literally just now. When did he off?
Oh, I gotta step in on this. I'm about to cut somebody out.
Now, Erica's energy already is off. Oh, I gotta step in this. I'm about to cut somebody off. Cut who off, sis? You don't know what's even going on. You see, you don't know what's even going on. You're coming in there hot and heavy and you have no clue what is going on. You heard a little bit of Ray's voices and you're already about to jump into the midst of it. You think they're shouting at Chelsea. That's what she's admitted to later on. But that's not who they were talking. They were not raising. They were raising their voice at each other. Right? So Erica's energy right now is based upon what she thinks is that she's hearing someone shout at Chelsea. So that's why her energy is going to come hot and heavy. Let's watch it again.
You're damn straight you did it on purpose when Blake was at you. What did that to say?
Because I'm stirring the pot, baby. I'm stirring the
What's going on?
So, as you heard very, very quickly, I'm stirring the pot, baby. This is on purpose, right? So people are instigating to try and cause mayhem and cause a disruption in the household, right? That's Rocky and Trent, right? Whatever his name is, yeah? And so now there's this instigation that's happened. The incident's going to happen with, you're going to see Erica. So you see Erica here. What's happening that she's coming in? What's happening? You don't know nothing. So come in correct, which is come calmly. Come calmly, because you have no clue what's going on, okay? You have no clue what's going on. Let's watch it again.
Because you're raising your voice.
Because they're two-faced, man. It's crazy.
Like,
Like,
not two-faced.
you
I'll
can't.
tell you straight up, bro.
You can't.
Now, look what's happening here. Shaq is not addressing Chelsea no more. So the energy that she has is got to dissipate. There's that she can't even be bringing any energy because what you thought it was, it's not. He's not even directing at Chelsea. He's directing directly at the boys. He's saying that they're being two-faced, etc., etc. He's dealing with men. When men are dealing with men, women, please. But just like you say, it's women's business. Step out the thing. Why would you come and involve yourself? It's between these two men. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all will be saying to us, it's women's business. Don't get involved. And yet we have two grown men. They're not fighting. They're talking. You know what I'm saying? Why is she getting involved, Erica? Why is she putting herself right in the middle of things? There's no need for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you came in hot and heavy with an understanding of a certain situation, but it's not even how it is anymore. So readjust your trajectory. Let's see it.
tell people they're pathetic for having feelings.
Hold on. Walk
Like,
away.
please, like, don't touch me, bro.
But, wait, are you talking about me?
I don't need you to touch me.
I didn't have anything to...
Precisely. He doesn't need you to touch him. Number one, I'm entitled to tell you, don't touch me. There's no reason for you to touch me. You don't have the right to touch me. If this is a woman, I'll say the exact same thing. You don't have the right to touch me. You understand? You want the thing to dissipate. Walk away. Number one, your tone is off. Walk away. You weren't involved, sis. Why are you here? Like, certain people involved in stuff they don't need to. Now, I watched her live and she said that she was trying to save a friend. That's not how you obviously don't have a friendship like that, because the moment you put your hand on him, he wasn't listening to you. When Chelsea put a hand on him, he didn't make a noise. But the moment you did, he started making a noise. That lets me know you don't have that friendship you think you do. What you thought you did is in a level of entitlement that you thought that we have some kind of camaraderie that I can put my hand on you and tell you to move on. Let me tell you something that's very interesting. As a man, when I see two blokes I don't really know too tough, yeah, about to beef, yeah, I have to be ready that if I step in, I can also get ward to that night, yeah. If I step in, I too can also get touched that night. I have to assess this, because what can happen is what I call shrapnel. I call it the can be part of the rapid fire that you can get hit to, right? Stray bullet. So whenever I'm entering a situation, I will often speak it out first, like, bro, like, listen, don't worry, listen, it ain't worth it, bro. Trust me, it's not worth it. And I'll wait for his response. If he says to me, turns to me, and says, bro, nah, the man's moving mad, then I know I've actually got something with him, because he's willing to talk to me. If now I say something and he ignores me and is still focused on the object or the enemy at hand, then I already know this is going to get physical. Right? It's going to get physical. At that point, I have to be ready. I can't blame them too, because I got involved now. So now I'm involved, I have to be ready for the fact that it could get physical. Because once I've asked, I said to him, bro, listen, don't worry about it. Chill, bro. No, it's not worth it. I already know when you don't answer that, it's about to get physical, because you're about to do something. You're not interested in having domestics. You know what I'm saying? You're not interested in having conversation. Those you know who are really about to do a rumble will not talk. They go straight through it. So whenever Erica jumped in there and got involved in the situation, I was looking at like, Erica, why are you getting involved? Like, okay, you're getting involved now, and now you're physically touching him. Move away. Listen, sis, unless you're ready for that something could happen, don't touch somebody. 101, don't touch them. You do not have that kind of rapport with them, evidently, because he told you not to touch him. So you don't have that rapport at all. You know what I mean? Like, and so I'm gonna play the clip again, so you're gonna see it, right? So now he's telling her, "Don't touch me," yeah. But look at Bray. Look, first of all, look at this. Look what's happening.
I'll tell you straight up, bro.
You can't tell people they're pathetic for having feelings.
Hold on.
The whole entire time, Blake has instigated this whole thing, and what's he doing? The whole entire time. That is hella sneaky, and that is cowardly. I don't rock with them people there that do that instigate beefs like this, knowing it's going to erupt the way it does, and then keep quiet when it all goes like this. I don't rate with them things there, man. We don't play them things there.
Hold on. Walk
Like,
away.
please, like, don't touch me, bro.
But, wait, are you talking about me?
I don't need you to touch me.
I didn't have anything to do with it. It's about them.
Well, if it's about them, why are you touching him and why are you getting involved? Stop thinking that you have an entitlement to touch a brother. He doesn't want you to touch him. What's hard about it? And instead of her saying, sorry, my bad, she decided to continue and get vexed. It's not about me, it's about them. Then why did you get involved? You thought it was about Chelsea, and it wasn't. Back the frick up. Back up. Sis, you ain't got to be involved. Back up. You're doing too much right now. You're doing too much. Come out of that scene. Come out of that scene. Yeah? Let the bodyguards that are on the site or those who are security come and handle it. Don't do that. Do you feel what I'm saying? Don't do it. Right? Listen to this conversation.
You just walked
So
in on it. I
walk
was
away.
talking. I was talking with them.
Close your
I
mouth
was
and walk
talking
away.
with them. That's
Close your
not
mouth
gonna
and
work,
walk
bro.
away.
Now, I don't know if you heard that. She said, close your mouth, walk away. Listen, when you start offering man directives and commands, you're only inciting more of his anger. Like, we're not on equal footing. This is one thing I would always say. We're not on equal footing. If the fight kicks off, you're not on equal footing. Let's not pretend. We're not on equal footing. So in that scenario, you bring it down a notch. Okay, you bring it down a notch. If she had put her arm on his shoulder and said, "Listen, don't worry about it." It's a different energy to walk away. It's a different energy. You're trying to shepherd him, and that's a completely different thing to you trying to say, "Hey, look, calm down, don't worry about it." Because the moment you've gone into shepherding, that's what other men are meant to do, not what women are meant to do. This is what other men are meant to do, and the reason why is because when it gets physical, oftentimes men are meant to be of the same ilk. You know what I'm saying? We're meant to be stronger in that particular sense, right? Physically, right? I'm not saying a woman couldn't handle herself. I'm just saying oftentimes it is that case, right? So now, right at the moment, all you're doing is annoying the guy because you're trying to push him away, and it was not involving you, like you said yourself.
You just walked in on it. I was talking with him. I was talking with him.
Close your mouth and walk away. Close your mouth and walk away. Because I'm.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to about close your mouth and walk away? Who are you talking to? Blood, like why? Like listen, you've got to understand, like for you to get involved to a point now, you're telling me to keep quiet and walk away, and you're telling me in that tone, you're not my dad, number one. Number two, we're not of the same ilk when it comes to this particular scenario right now. First of all, I was talking before you got here. You are new to the scene. You understand? Ask questions, but you're new to the scene. Don't try to make it like as if you know me, like we're on that level. We're not. And that's what I said about some people. Sometimes people think that they have a level of entitlement to you and they think they have a relationship with you. They don't. Clearly not. You understand? They don't have that type of relationship. Listen to this.
Surprise you, man.
Yo, what the just happened just now?
Yeah, I said that. Blake is fake.
Dude, Blake, if you're watching,
Sorry about the language there. So these two obviously think that they're Jack the lads and funny for lying and instigating to cause more drama in the household, because they don't like a certain man. Them two are weak as well, bruv. For you to try and instigate a scenario to eliminate a brother the way they're trying to do it by slandering his name, very weak. And any woman who wants to go after a man like that, trust me, you'll find yourself in so much trouble with these type of men. Those type of men that want to slander other men to get ahead are the most dangerous type of guys. Okay, we that is not the proper gentlemanly way to go ahead. If you like somebody, like him, that's cool. But the moment you start slandering another brother's name just to get under, man, it's weak. Do you understand? It's weak. You understand? And it's I won't even say beta male strategy. I'd say it's weak. You don't want a man like that. He cannot protect you because that guy will always bring you into a web of deceit and lies. You don't want to be that kind of guy. Trust me, don't want to be that guy. So what's interesting, okay, so I want to just point this part out as well. So this happened, yeah? Now Jessie is trying to straighten her out, right? Trying to let her know that her behavior is unacceptable. All right? I'll come back to it in a sec because I think I've done with my... They're going to be copyright and thing. But, you know, Jessie now sits one-to-one with Erica to let her know that, listen, look, let me hold you to account a little bit. Like, you were going on 10, right? The way you came in was on a 10. Right, but look, but watch what she's gonna say.
I'm just crying because I'm irritated because I don't want to go off on
I
him.
understand, but you did go off on the kid.
I don't.
You see, so he lets her know straight away. You're saying she's like, "Oh, I'm giving myself some space because I don't want to go off on I don't want to go off on the person." And he's like, "Listen, but you already did." Like, you see, you thinking she's thinking that she withheld herself. Like, no, you came on a 10 on in a thing that you weren't involved in. Like, and I'm looking at Erica like, what's going on? Like, why did you think that this was comfortable? Why did you think this was something that you could? Why did you feel so comfortable to think you could do something like that? And I think that's a very important thing as well. And let me play a little bit longer for you guys.
Care about Trent and whoever else is over there. I don't even know who. It's not about it's about the fact that I thought he was raising his voice at Chelsea. So
Now pause. She thought that he was raising his voice at Chelsea, but he wasn't. So what do you do when you're wrong? You apologize. The arrogance and the pride in you wouldn't allow you to apologize, which we're going to see in a second. You thought he was shouting at Chelsea. You got there. He wasn't. He was talking to Trent and he was talking to Rocky, right? He wasn't discussing with Chelsea. Chelsea was absolutely fine. You came on a stormer on a blender, okay? And you came on there on a self-righteous tip. And instead of now, and we're going to see it in a second now.
I'm going over there and telling him to walk away, and you're gonna start coming for me. I'm trying to help.
I know you're trying to help.
And so she's complaining about the fact that obviously Shaq came for her. The reason why Shaq came for her is because, like, you weren't involved, and now you're pushing my arm telling me to move, and I'm like, you weren't involved in the conversation. Move. I'm heated. I'm annoyed. Move out the way. Like, you are not involved in this conversation. It doesn't involve you. You thought it was about someone else and it wasn't. And so I see why Shaq can be frustrated at the scenario. But look what he's going to do. Look what Shaq is going to do now.
I apologize. I was heated.
You were upset, buddy.
Yeah, I was heated.
I ain't gonna lie to you. The apology was weak. Okay, it was a weak apology. Like, the apology was like more of a, like, I'm sorry, you know how I'm like, like, that was weak. Like, it wasn't a proper apology. Let me be very frank with you. But if you see her face, listen, she wants to be angry, and I don't think the anger really stems from him. It stems more from the fact that I think she's frustrated about a scenario in the house. When you've not been able to be angry at something else, you displace anger elsewhere or displace your feelings elsewhere. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Kendall. I'm talking about your frustration with not being able to do. I'm talking about your frustration built over the course of the years dealing with Kendall and not being able to get what you need to get out of him. Not being able to talk back to Kendall, maybe not being able to be as free of your emotions to Kendall, and now you're in a scenario where Kendall isn't here. So now you're in a scenario where you can express yourself fully, and what can happen is that someone can use you as the proxy. So they think they're not really angry as much with you, because look, the guy popped off on her and said, "Listen, stop touching me. Leave me alone." And yet you're angry about the fact that he came for you. But you came for him when you came on 10. That's what Jesse's letting you know, right? So watch her face when he apologizes. She don't want an apology.
I was heated.
She's still vexed. She wants to still be vexed. Why? She doesn't want an apology because she wants to stay angry. Let's keep it 100%. Erica wants to stay angry because look at the lip. You're chewing your lip. We know why you're chewing your lip. You are chewing your lip because you don't want to. You are angry and you don't want to calm down, isn't it? Yeah. You're angry. You don't want to calm down. True talk, right? Stay hydrated. You know what I mean? You're angry. You don't want to calm down. So the truth of the matter is here. You're vexed because you thought that this guy wouldn't say anything to you. Like, you know, some people are not very good with having people kind of read them out, right? Or like saying that you don't have that special place in my heart. I'm not saying she's a narcissist or anything like that. No, I'm not saying that. But sometimes people think that they have a special place. You know, they are given certain privileges within their own society of people, right? That they can do certain things and get away with it. Like when she came in there, she came in hot, right? She came in hot. And now you're being told that your behavior was unacceptable. She doesn't want to accept it. Look what she's doing.
Upset, buddy.
Yeah, I was heated. You know my vibe, so I apologize.
It's a poor apology.
But all I have to say is, the next time you come for me,
I get
it
you.
won't be that. It won't be that easy.
What? Erica, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Next time you come for me, it won't be that easy. Sis, what are you talking about? He came for you. Yes, because you got involved and you started trying to direct him and command him. Of course it's going to come back to you. You got yourself involved, and that is a consequence of getting yourself involved. There is a backlash that can happen. There's a back kick to you snapping up the gun. Listen, understand there is always there's a consequence of the way that you behaved. If you tried to usher him and speak to him, you wouldn't have had this vibe. You are pretending as if you came there as a friend. You didn't. You came there on hot heat for your friend, and then you ended up saying and doing things that were not productive to actually cooling down conflict issue. It actually escalated the actual issues. Problematic. Let's take it back a little bit. Look what she's gonna give us a bit of energy, right?
I get
It
you.
won't be that. It won't be
I have
that
a younger
easy.
sister. She's very similar to you.
The next time you
I
come for
got
me, it
you.
won't be that easy.
I got you.
The next time you come for me, it won't be that easy. What? It was a momentary thing. It's not like I purposely chose you to come at you. It would have never happened had you not involved yourself. It would have never happened had you not tried to push me away. You're acting as if I came for you on purpose. Or when I say on purpose, you're acting as if I came for you and I sought you out and I was planning to come for you. No. This is a momentary thing. You said your piece, I said my piece. And you're angry about that. You know what I mean? So for me, when I watched it, I said, oh, I don't understand the attitude. Let me just watch the last part of it. It finishes, sorry. But you know, the attitude of Erica frustrated me. Like, yo, like, don't do that, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're saying you're here to save somebody, show it that you're saving them. Don't come in there hot. You know, you come and you usher the person, hey, look. it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You know, you change your tone because you're trying to calm the situation down. The moment you rile up as well, when you raise your voice just as much as then he raises his voice. When he said, don't touch me, at that point, she said, you know what, I'm going to leave it alone. Or you could have calmed and said, listen, wait, why are you coming at me? I'm trying to help you. But you wanted to fight. You almost wanted to fight with him. You know what I'm saying? He raised it. He got angry. You got angry. It's like you wanted to go on a 10 as well. And when you do that, how are you resolving the conflict? The very thing you came in to do, you're not doing it. You understand? So, guys, I don't know, man. What's your thoughts on the actual episode, man? I feel like I've said the same thing like 20 million times around the conflict resolutions for the Erica and the things. But, yeah, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. We appreciate it. Stay locked, stay loaded, man. Stay hydrated.